Good afternoon, everyone. I'm James Crummell. More complaints coming into the ABC 27 newsroom today after we reported last night what some people say are major delays with receiving their mail-in ballots in York County. We're staying on that story for you this afternoon. Seth Kaplan back with us live in York County with the latest. Good afternoon, Seth.
Good afternoon to you, James. Yeah, today not in downtown York, but at the county building out on Pleasant Valley Road in Springettsbury Township, York County. There is an election office here too. People bringing their ballots to drop off, other folks requesting their ballots in person and filling them out here. Yesterday we talked to a couple who said they had to do that in person because they never got the ballots they requested by mail. They weren't the only ones. Yesterday we got a few answers from the county, didn't get others. So today we went right to the top, asked York County President Commissioner and Election Board Chair Julie Wheeler.
I can't speak to the Postal Service. Once it leaves our mail house, it's in the throes of the United States Postal Service, and so that's out of the county's control at that point. In this point of time, the lines aren't nearly as long as they were in the 2020 general election. We are encouraging folks, if they want to vote over the counter, to call ahead and make an appointment. That way everything can be ready for them. When they come in, they can drop their paperwork off and we can give them materials and they can vote right away.
And we should mention, look, when we hear from people in the newsroom, usually people don't contact us to tell us that everything's okay. So, of course, we tend to hear from the people who have problems, not from people who don't have problems. Being out here today, we did speak with people who told us their experience was fine, both people who came just to drop off their ballots and people who came because they did need to request a ballot in person and were able to get it. So this is not to say that everybody is experiencing the same things that we've heard from other people. On the other hand, we have heard from other voters. They've continue to email us and call us saying that they are having issues. So, James, one thing we're really trying to gauge today is, how much these are York-specific issues. I can tell you that we've heard from more York voters than from the other 10 counties that we cover. But again, that's anecdotal. I can tell you my ballot came really quickly in Dauphin County where I live. Again, anecdotal. So we are calling around trying to really get a sense of how specific this is to York versus how much this is just a really busy presidential election with lots of people requesting ballots.
I have seen some of the complaints that we've been getting into the newsroom since you did your story yesterday there in York County, and these complaints are coming from York County. So let me just ask you this. If you're supposed to get a mail-in ballot and you didn't get one, can you just go to the office and get one, or is there a lengthier process involved?
Yes. Now, they are recommending that you call and make an appointment to do that. And people are telling us that if they call and make an appointment, and I know it sounds like a lot to do, make an appointment to vote, but we're talking just making things easy for yourself here. So if they tell you show up 4 o'clock and we'll help you, that is indeed happening. You can show up without doing that. And one thing we should emphasize also is, let's say you never get your ballot and it's election day. You can go to your polling place then. Now, you shouldn't wait if you have a chance to sort it here ahead of time, but you can just show up at your polling place. And even if you don't have a ballot, you will be able to vote using a provisional ballot. And then they'll go back and verify that you never turned in your mail-in ballot, and your vote will count. If you show up at your polling place and you have a mail-in ballot, you just decide to vote in person on election day, you should bring that ballot with you. It's easier that way. So, whole range of ways to do things, some easier, some harder.
Absolutely, but good information all around. Seth Kaplan live for us there in York County. Thank you so much for that. Well, Election Day is less than 2 weeks away, and more than 1 million Pennsylvanians have returned their mail-in ballots so far. The Pennsylvania Department of State says 1.8 million Pennsylvanians have been approved for a mail-in ballot, so that means 56% have already been returned. The deadline to request a mail-in ballot is Tuesday at 5 p.m. Those ballots then have to be returned by 8 p.m. on Election Day, November 5th. We have everything you need to know about voting on our website, abc27.com.